Hello and welcome to Commodity Champions. I'm Manisha Gupta. Well, let's talk about diamonds now. And India's gem and jewellery market is bracing for impact after US President Donald Trump announced a 25% tariff on Indian imports with additional threat of secondary sanctions. The US is one of the biggest markets for Indian gems and jewellery exports to the US in the last fiscal year, nearly touched a $10 billion mark. On the other hand, the country is seeing a surge in demand for diamond jewellery, with market size expected to double by 2030. De Beers projects a strong 12% annual growth rate, calling India one of the fastest-growing diamond markets in the world. Joining us now to discuss this is Kirit Bhansali. He is Chairman, Gem and Jewellery Export Promotion Council. Mr. Bhansali, hi, thank you so much for joining in. First of all, it really is about tariffs. While the UK and India tariffs have been signed, and I did remember speaking to you at that time where you applauded it, the numbers do look good there. But when it comes to this whole logjam between India and US and the 25% plus penalty sanctions threat that we are dealing with right now, how is the sector reading into it?
The biggest worry of the industry today is US tariff. But the little hope came yesterday from the ministry that a large number of delegation from Washington is coming India on 19th of this month, and they are going to stay around 19th to 24th. So we are just crossing our fingers and hoping for the best.
Well, absolutely. Mr. Bhansali, I do understand that there have been a lot of presentations that you have made. You've been part of various convoys with the PM when it comes to many of these conversations. What is it that India is pushing forth with? 25% is something that I'm assuming the sector or the segment cannot work with. If there was a number, what is it that you have put forth?
Manisha, if I will describe you in two lines. So we have presented in front of Washington counterpart also, as well as American Diamond Manufacturing Association. Anup Mehta traveled with my AD 2 months back in New York, and we have given a nice presentation showing that Indian manufacturers making 4 to 5% profit in diamond business, while the retailers of America are making 60 to 100%. And they have about 70,000 small and big outlets. So it's not only that India will affect. The big impact will come on US retailers too. So we are talks are going on, and it is now the ball is in court of US, how to safeguard American retailers and how to safeguard Indian diamond industry.
And as you said, it's not too far away. 19th August is yet another date where you said the US convoy is coming to India, and there will be negotiations happening yet again onto this one. As of now, from where business stands, Mr. Bhansali, is it a standstill?
Absolutely.
Are the exports still happening?
Absolutely standstill as far as the US is concerned. With 10%, that window is open till 7th. So you can see exports in last 2-3 days. I don't have the right figure, but till 7th. After 7th, it will be totally dead. Nobody will export in 25%.
So clearly, there's going to be a bit of a difficult time there. So what is it that you're talking to the government and to ministries, Mr. Bhansali, in that context?
So Niti Aayog has a call urgent meeting on 7th. I and India traveling to Delhi on 7th. Ministry is also calling us. Let's discuss with them, and it's anything early to say about this.
Oh, well, absolutely.
They understand our sector very well, and they are also worried. So after talking with Niti Aayog and Commerce Minister, I can say something to you.
So, Mr. Bhansali, just for the sake of calculations, 10% is what we're working with right now. If it goes to 15%, does life change a lot for you? Also, in that sense, then, are you looking at various other markets? Because US being one of the largest markets for us, do you think the other markets can actually fill that gap? Or
yes, Manisha, this 10% is also difficult to digest. Forget about 25%. So yes, of course, you must be your answer to your other question. We are looking for other markets. GJEPC is organizing first international show in Jeddah, Saudi Arabia between 11 to 14 September this month. And looking at the growth and huge demand in Saudi Arabia, definitely we are opening a door for new market.
Absolutely. Mr. Bhansali, you've just come back from a successful IIJS, and I attended it a couple of days as well. And it seemed bustling with a lot of energy, enthusiasm, new designs, people buying, especially ahead of the festival season. Is there, what kind of numbers, what kind of footfalls, how many exhibitors, and what is your feedback from IIJS?
IIJS 2025 is a reflection of the true story of India's growth. We have seen the record footfall, 50,000 plus visitors came, 2,500 from global markets, foreigners. I'm expecting business between 70,000 to 1 lakh crores. All-time high everything. That's the real growth story of India.
Mr. Bhansali, when we talk about Indian markets, and yes, all other segments and sectors also seem to be looking inward. Everybody is eyeing India because one, population is younger, stronger growth here as well, wealth creation, more spending opportunities, etc. When you look at the Indian markets, and we predominantly are 80 to 85% in sense of gold, perhaps 10-11% for diamond, a small 2% for gemstones is how Indian market is characterized. Right. Where do you see the maximum growth coming in?
So we have witnessed in last 3 years, domestic market is growing with 11 to 14%. In spite of 1 lakh rupees, 10 gram gold price.
So and do you see this sustainable, Mr. Bhansali?
Domestic market is going extremely good. I have no words.
Where do you see more growth coming in? Is it going to be gold, diamonds, gemstones?
Everything, but see, by seeing growth of 10 to 15%, we cannot fulfill that gap of exports. So we'll have to explore new market for export. If we lose two major markets, China and America, so GJEPC will have to definitely work hard. It's a very tough road ahead.
Oh, well, absolutely. And perhaps all these bilaterals that we seem to be doing with various countries could be on the supportive side. What also seems to be happening with other countries, Mr. Bhansali, because there are conversations happening with Australia, Philippines is another country. Middle East, as you said, is a market which seems to be opening up, which you also are exploring right now.
Manisha, wherever we did FTA, if I start with UAE, we have seen in last 3 years, 33% growth in UAE export. In current year, we have seen 43% increase in plain gold jewellery. So now the next FTA happened with Britain. Currently, we are doing a $1 billion business with Britain. I'm expecting in the next couple of years, it will be triple.
Mr. Bhansali, is there a number that you would want to put in sense of how we've seen the first half of this year until now and how different can the second half really be? Because we do understand in the first half of 2025 calendar year, we've seen export numbers slightly on the weaker side because of the gold prices at all-time highs. The Indian domestic demand also suffered a bit. We are looking at lower caratages, lower weightages right now. Is the second half, which starts with the festivities in the month of August from this weekend itself until Diwali, which is in October this time, are you looking at better, stronger demand numbers?
Yes, emerge? Indian retailers and Indian young jewellery manufacturers are walking with the time. They are coming with 9-carat jewellery, 14-carat jewellery. Second, I am optimistic. Domestic will be 100% better. And for export, we'll have to wait and watch.
Oh, well, yes, those numbers absolutely depend on what we do see coming in from US because that really is a big chunk of numbers there. Mr. Bhansali, as always, thank you so much for joining in, talking about tariffs, IIJS, and of course, the expectation of demand, especially in the Indian markets, which does seem very, very stronger there. But with that, it's time for a short break. Don't go anywhere, though. We shift focus to gold when we come back because that clearly is in focus. 80 to 85% of jewelry that India buys is solid gold. And there is a report recently which also suggests that 1%, the richest Indians, have parked their wealth. 60% of that wealth is in real estate and gold as well. What really are those metrics? There is something that we will discuss also after this break.